Greetings. My name is Reverend Dr. Jeff Hood, and in our ongoing interviews with persons who have been engaged with Anthony Sanchez over recent months, some years, some months, I'm here with Alli Sullivan, who has gotten to know Anthony through correspondence, and she is one of the original persons who basically connected me with Anthony. And I wanted to ask you, Alli, what was it about Anthony's case that really drew you in?
So I'm gonna be frank. When I first connected you with Anthony, I did not know a whole lot about the case itself. I was really busy. We were just finishing up Coastal's campaign, and then Coastal was executed, and it was just a crazy time, school and everything. I didn't have a ton of time to deeply look into Anthony's case like I spent looking into Coastal's case. Um, and so right off the bat, I was inclined to believe in his innocence just based on the person that I had met and gotten to know. I just finished watching the interview you did with Charlotte, and she just kept saying that Anthony was an absolute sweetheart. And I got the exact same thing in the months, almost year that I've known, oh, maybe a little over a year that I've known Anthony. He's just an absolute sweetheart. And certainly I know just getting to know who they are now is not always the full story, but I don't take that lightly, and I think it's very important to get to know the person and not just hear that they're innocent, because you and I have both had experiences where the person says they're innocent, but it just doesn't seem like pure, and it doesn't seem like the person's genuinely innocent. They're just kind of making stuff up for the purpose of trying to save themselves. So I don't know. I just thought Anthony was extremely kind and sweet, and like I just want to squeeze him, like I just think he's like cute, like sweet.
Hmm. So, as kind of this campaign has gone on, and as I guess we've developed the campaign, about to launch the campaign, but as this whole movement to try to save Anthony has gone on, how have your feelings changed? Have you become more solidified in thoughts about his innocence, and what does that process look like?
Oh, absolutely. And like I said a second ago, I was inclined to believe in his innocence just based on the person that I met. But as stuff started developing, new stuff started unfolding, David started looking through things, you started relaying information to me. Um, I mean, this has been an ongoing process. We've been engaged in this for 6, 7 months now, looking into the details, and little by little, I'm just learning more and more about the case. And I mean, right off the bat, anybody who's seen the police sketch is like, what the fuck? Like, it's just completely absurd that they would convict Anthony of a crime when the police sketch is just completely like it doesn't match. Like, none of the facial features match. The person in the sketch appears several decades older than what Anthony would have been at the time of the crime. So I think that was the very first thing. And I know probably for you and some other people part of this campaign, it was similar. At first, that was just like red flags. And then just everything else started falling into place. The fact that the shoe didn't match the shoe size that was found, or the shoe print, and the fact that like Charlotte had come forward implicating Glenn. And if you look at pictures of Glenn Sanchez, they look eerily similar to the person who is depicted in the police sketch. And so when she started coming forward with allegations of sexual abuse, and him confessing on multiple occasions to not only murdering Julie Buskin, but like talking about how she was squealing and all this other stuff, like I was more and more I think as stuff develops, my belief in Anthony's innocence only grows. And like I said, I was inclined to believe from the beginning. And I think somebody's character is very important, but character is not going to save somebody's life, especially if the world doesn't know who Anthony Sanchez is. So it's really important for us to be able to show the world that Anthony Sanchez did not kill Julie Buskin. And I think as this is developing, it's becoming very clear that that's the case.
All right. Well, thank you, Alli. I appreciate your stamina and your strength of character with regard to the campaign and all of the abolition work that you do.